And I've always said again, I don't want to watch a comic book movie. Yeah, like there are times when it's interesting, like Sin City, which was literally the best comic book movie in the sense of like you're literally watching a moving comic book on screen. But personally, for me, I don't want to watch a comic book movie. I don't. I can read a comic anytime I like. But I want to watch a film based off a comic book. It's the first and foremost. I want to watch a very good film. And I think the thing with Button was like, Button wasn't going to come and say, we're going to try and do this thing in issue 117 and in issue 1. No. Button was like, no, I'm here to make a good film. I don't give a damn. Like, literally, if you don't want what I want, then fire me. But when I'm coming here, I'm not coming here to try and pay lip service and fan service to certain fans. No, like, you hired me because you believe that from the work that I have done, based off my own mind, you feel that there is something that I can do in my own independence that I can actually give to this Batman character, to this Batman film. And for Button, he was like, no, he's wearing black. No, Joker killed his parents. No, he's going to kill, Kill, going to kill Joker at the end of this film. And that's it, and I'm going to walk away, and that's the film that I'm going to make. Because people need to remember, all the guys say, like, how could he kill Diggy's parents? How could Vicky Vale being allowed into the cave? Let me tackle those points. This wasn't this film was not made in the Millennium. In the Millennium, we now know that before you even make a first film, you already have two films green lighted, aka the Green Lantern, which already has the second and third film green lit before the first film has even come out. This was a time when you just made standalone films. There was no talk of sequel or anything like that. You just made a standalone film, and that was it. So Button knew that, look, man, I'm a dog here. People obviously think that I can't really do this. I'm living under pressure here. I'm just a new, young, up-and-coming director. So he was just thinking that I'm just going to make this standalone film, and that's it. So literally, if I'm going to make this one film, I'm going to make this thing the best thing possible. And if you're making a one standalone film, you've got to really go for it. Hence why, especially remember, guys, this was the 80s, man. Because this was a time when guys got sophisticated and cool. In the 80s, you kill the villain at the end. Okay? Stallone kills the villain at the end. Okay? Schwarzenegger kills the villain at the end. So this is the 80s where, no. Like, in an 80s audience, they want that villain dead. They want a closure. There's no such thing as like, he sees the villain, but then at the end, he lets him go, he puts him in jail. No, it's like, so imagine. Remember, guys, this was the 80s. This was the time of Rambo and Commando. So imagine an 80s audience who don't read Batman comics, by the way. An 80s audience go and watch Batman, and they see the Joker, and at the very end, Batman says, hey, Joker, I'm going to put you into jail. People think that, what? He just gets put. So you're probably going to put that mad psycho guy into jail. It's like, no, that doesn't happen. People need to think that this was in the 80s where stuff like Rambo and Commando were coming out. You kill the villain at the end. So for Button, like, no, the villain has to die at the end. And to remember, he was thinking that this was only going to be his only shot as a standalone film. You had to really sell it to the audience who didn't read the comic. This film was not just being made for the comic book guys. This film was being made for a whole audience. So they think that, no, we've got to create an interesting angle that can get people really invested in the finale. So what made it even interesting was like, man, this guy who he's chasing, this madman, it was responsible for him actually becoming Batman and responsible for him for actually killing his parents. And again, that just makes the audience who aren't fans of the comic book, make them even more invested in the film, even more invested in the finale, and even makes a lot more at stake. Now, for the whole Vicky Vale thing, again, remember, this was a standalone film, so this wasn't about, so this was like, again, it added much more of a psychological layer to everything, and the way that was handled was like, Vicky Vale, you've now come into the back cave, yeah, man, we can both live together, you can now share a room with Alfred, and we just live like the 3 students and 3 happy chums. It's like, when you looked at this scene, it's like, Brisbane was like, look, man, you've pretty much messed up here. As in, like, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing, but I can't be in a relationship now. So I could only be in a relationship with you not knowing that I'm Batman, but for you knowing that I'm Batman, it can't work. And that was just what made that scene so amazing. Was like, it just showed that, once Vicky Vale got past, the kind of guard that Bruce Wayne put up, Bruce Wayne knew that, no, man, you can't get this close because I can't operate with you knowing that I'm Batman. It just can't work. That again, that just even makes the character so much more even powerful. And again, it's elevated and added more to the character by having that scene in there. So again, guys need to just really, really understand what Burton was working with and the kinds of parameters and the scenario that's of what things were during that time. But again, guys, the only thing I can say is that, watch Batman again and watch it again after listening to what I've said. That's the key thing, because people have watched it based off they don't know the Nolan films, blah blah blah, like that. But watch the film again after listening to this talk smack, and then come back to me. If you still feel the same way, fine. Please come back to me, because I want to comment on this a lot, because I feel that we need, because we've heard so much about Nolan's films and have so much stuff been said about those films, but I feel like if only the only fair thing is to also have a strong argument for Burton's film, which is why I did this. There needs to be an argument for why Burton's film is the strongest film, and then we can then have a truly fair, justified debate. Bada bing, The Rock for Superman.